Now I will invite our next speaker from QET, Fei Li, and it will be about Fei Li will talk about rising urban heat vulnerability. So Fei is already here with us, and all yours. Go, Fei.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see. Yes.
Sorry about a moment. Hello, everyone. My name is Fei Li. Today, I'm so honored to present my research, modeling urban heat vulnerability through machine learning and remote sensing. I will provide an overview of the research background, methodology, and the key contributions of our study. Our aim is to develop an innovative, advanced, and comprehensive method for assessing urban heat vulnerability and to highlight its implication for urban planning and policymaking. My research is set within the ongoing climate change and rapid global urbanization. These factors have contributed to the exacerbation of the urban heat island effect, thereby heightening the vulnerability of urban residents to extreme heat. The vulnerability results in a higher prevalence of heat-related illnesses, which not only pose threats to public health, but also lead to rising healthcare expenditures. In Australia, extreme heat is the primary cause of weather-related injuries and fatalities, accounting for about 7,000 injury hospitalizations and about 300 deaths over the last decade. These health impacts place financial strain on healthcare and medical infrastructures, underlying the imperative for effective policy and planning interventions to mitigate urban heat vulnerability. Numerous studies have been conducted to develop models indexing heat vulnerability, aimed to better comprehend and map urban heat vulnerability. These models provide insights into the complex interactions between urban environments, climate, and human health. Two notable disaster management frameworks are popular: the population vulnerability framework and the risk triangle framework. Both frameworks encompass three key components to assess heat vulnerability. For instance, the population vulnerability framework captures disasters through exposure risk, sensitivity situation, and adaptive capacity. The maps generated contribute to the mitigation of heat vulnerability in cities. They help identify vulnerable population and areas, providing crucial information that enables urban planning departments to make informed decisions and targeted strategy. However, current research faces several limitations. The selection of heat-related indicators largely depends on local contexts. Without standard criteria, this issue leads to inconsistency across various assessments. The absence of recognized reference for modeling and validation hinders comparative studies and the practical applications, make it difficult to draw overarching conclusions. Many studies are limited by low spatial resolution and inadequate temporal coverage, restrict the scope and applicability of their findings. The results often lack the accuracy needed for urban planning and decision-making processes, so it's essential to explore innovative approaches to better understand and mitigate the impacts of urban heat vulnerability. It's worth noting that the ambiguity exists in the indicator selection frameworks for current urban heat vulnerability assessments. The common overlap in these frameworks often leads to confusion and inconsistent interpretations of indicators. To address this issue, we have recategorized indicators into three main domains: demographic and socioeconomic characteristics, health condition, and environmental factors, informed by a previous systematic review. This reorganization aims to enhance the clarity and representativeness of indicators, enabling a more precise identification of areas where requires preventive interventions against extreme heat. Consequently, this could potentially improve urban residents' resilience to heat exposure. In addressing urban heat vulnerability, integrating machine learning and remote sensing techniques holds promise. Remote sensing facilitates extensive geographic data collection, offer varied resolutions for analyzing urban heat at different spatial scales, alongside cost-effective large-scale data acquisition. Its temporal monitoring ensures consistent assessments over time. Additionally, machine learning enables efficient data processing and analysis, help understanding spatial heat vulnerability patterns. It also allows for predictive modeling based on historical data and cross-domain integration for more effective urban heat solutions. Combining this technology can improve modeling validation and enable more general conclusions, aiding evidence-based policy development, increase spatial resolution and time coverage from remote sensing, coupled with machine learning, can provide more comprehensive vulnerability assessments and enhance result accuracy, offering valuable insights for urban planning and decision-making. So we propose the urban heat vulnerability evaluation and analysis to UHEAT for managing urban heat vulnerability. The process begins with selecting indicators related to socio-demographic, health, and environmental factors. Data is then collected, cleaned, and unified from various sources for historical distribution identification. A UNet model is configured and trained with the process indicators to generate urban heat vulnerability maps. For future prediction, a convolutional LSTM model is trained with historical maps and planning data to generate future urban heat vulnerability maps. The results are analyzed to assess historical and predicted trends, which inform urban planning and policy recommendations. With each dataset update, the model is refined and the recommendations effectiveness is assessed. So it can help create a sustainable process, a sustainable framework. This study enhances urban heat vulnerability assessment across three domains. Academically, it depends the understanding of existing research and modeling methodologies, spotlights the potential of machine learning and remote sensing for future academic pursuits. Practically, it pioneers advanced machine learning models for multimodal data fusion to map and forecast high-resolution urban heat vulnerability, expand current methodological horizon, and promote machine learning adoption in urban studies. Policy-wise, it furnishes high-resolution maps and soil analysis, can aid both researchers and policymakers in fostering evidence-based urban planning and policymaking. Here are some references. Thank you all.
Thank you so much. So invitation for questions. in this case, I will ask a very quick one. Especially at the end, you told us the impact of policymakers, communities. Are there a particular mechanism for community engagement or to share feedback in development of your strategies for your research?
Sorry, you mean?
Are there any mechanism of community engagement also in your research, which will impact your research? Not only policy.
Yeah. I will, it's kind of hard to validate the results of prediction. So we don't have, future data to validate the results of my model. So in the last stage, I will invite some experts or some stakeholders from the related community to check or to validate my results. Is it reasonable? Is it helpful? I will maybe do a survey or conduct interview to take their suggestions and validate my model.
Good luck. I hope you get a good
Thank you.
and good impact of community. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.